everyone, and welcome to Keyboard Skills Pro here on YouTube. My name's Tom, and it's fantastic to have your company here once again this evening. Let's just see if we are live. Yes, we are. We'll just wait for the iPad just to warm up, and we'll wait for a few folks to join the stream. It's an absolutely lovely day. It's been really fantastic, and we've got some music for you tonight from Keyboard. A music book that I've written. This is a piano book called Pianistic. Now we've done a couple of sessions on these books, and this is actually the final one in the series, which is Pianistic Book 2. And this features all the advanced kind of music. It's always been one of my life ambitions to compose music, and I've written music for years for organ, piano and keyboard. And I had the opportunity to work with a publisher to get these books basically put together, and then the publisher decided after a year or so of working with him that he was going to retire. So I took the books back on myself, took my copyright back, and I'm now self-publishing the books. So this evening we're going to be playing some music, as I say, from Book 2, and hopefully during the course of the evening, if you like what you hear, you might decide you want to treat yourself to a copy of the book. So if you want to do that, just visit the website. I'll tell you some more information about that as we're going along. But there's also some special offers on tonight. If you want to order the books. So we'll tell you a bit about that as we go along. But Pianistic is part of a series, and we've got a whole range of books to show you, but I'm going to show you a couple of pieces from the book tonight, and well, more than a couple, actually, a few actually, and let's enjoy now some music from Pianistic Book 2. This is a little number to open up the evening, so I hope you enjoy this. We're playing on my Yamaha digital piano, and this is called Clowning Around. So there we go, folks. One of my pieces from Pianistic Book 2, Clowning Around, and that's a fun number which envisages kind of the old stride piano style of the 1920s and 30s. So Pianistic Book 2 is my third and final book in the series of Pianistics. There's actually 3 books in the series, folks. We've got the book called Pianistic, and that's the one without a number. We did that one a few weeks back. By the way, if you want to watch any of these book demonstrations again, you can just go to the live stream section or to go through the videos, you'll find them. So Pianistic Book 1 is full of slightly easier songs, excuse me, and things kind of like from grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, that kind of sort of level there. We then have Pianistic Book 1, which has the number 1 there, funnily enough, and that contains more intermediate pieces. We played some of those last week as well. And then finally, the book we're looking at tonight is Pianistic Book 2, which has a selection of more advanced pieces going right up towards grade 8. So I hope you're going to enjoy the music that we're playing here tonight. And all the pieces that you're hearing tonight have been composed by myself. Now the books are beautifully ring bound, and they've got this gorgeous gloss cover on, and also they are designed so there's minimal page turns, and also in the front there's some really cool performance notes. So we have something quite lively there. Let's play something nice and gentle now. And I'm going to play you one of my favourite pieces out of the book. By the way, folks, if you're watching tonight and you want to put a comment on the video, we've got the live chat on, and I've got the iPad here, so we're able to chat with you. If you want to just say hello, say if you're enjoying the music, please do feel free to. But let's play something nice and gentle. This one's called Livy's Lullaby. This piece was written about 15 years ago, and I wrote this for some friends in the United States, and it's a little lullaby for their little girl, who I've never met, but my friends, the girl was expecting at the time, so as a little parting gift to them for sort of putting me up for the week, I wrote them a lullaby, and so that's quite nice, and it's a really pretty piece, and it's called Livy's Lullaby. So I hope you enjoy this. It's very gentle, so a little bit of quiet time now with this lovely piece in A flat major. Here we go. You know, that's one of my favourite pieces in the book. Really sweet little number, lovely rolling left hand, really pretty piece. I don't know if you noticed that with the books also we have chord symbols above the music. So what this means is that a lot of the pieces can actually be adapted for the organ and the keyboard. So if you play the organ and the keyboard, you think, oh, that's quite nice. You can just play the right hand with the chords there, which is really nice. One of the most useful things I always find in a piano book is when the composer takes time to write in some ideas of how you might perform the piece, things to look out for. And so in the front of the book, as I mentioned earlier, we have a range of performance notes that talks you through each piece before you get to grips with it. Now I did mention earlier that if there are some special offers on this evening, and of course at the moment it is a tricky time for musicians, actors, a lot of us in the performance and entertainment industry. I'm quite lucky because I've had the ability to carry on my work in demonstrating with Alan's music. I've been very fortunate to carry on working with them during lockdown. I'm still doing all my teaching online, but of course a lot of the time I am going out to play, and a lot of the venues that I play at the moment are closed and probably will be closed for the foreseeable future. So many of you have been so generous over the last few weeks with these live streams. So many of you have been sending little tips for the pianist and the organist, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for those. But tonight, please don't send any tips. Tonight's just about me sharing my music with you. But if you would like to support me in some way, perhaps you'll consider Pianistic Book 2 or one of the other books in the series. Now, for the rest of this month, if you order a book or books via my website, tomhorton.co.uk, when you pay with PayPal, just simply put a little note in and choose from the website one of the audio CD albums. And I'm going to be including a free audio CD album of your choice with any music book order. Okay, there's 6 albums to choose from. There's some on electronic, there's some on Yamaha, some on Lowry, and there's also a Wurlitzer CD for theatre organ fans. So any of the CDs on the website, just simply choose the one you'd like, and I will include that disc for you, signed free of charge with any book order. If you're watching in the USA, we can also send the books abroad to the US or Australia. If you fancy a digital copy of the book, there is the option to buy via Sheet Music Plus. Just simply search for Pianistic or Tom Horton. Unfortunately, I can't include a CD if you buy via the online place because they take quite a large chunk for their commission. But on the physical book sales, if you want to order, it's nice to have the real book as well because it supports a local print company and it supports me as well. So I hope you'll consider that this evening. Anyway, less of my waffling on, and let's play something now. Let's say a little bit live. Let's do the first one in the book. This is called Tango Classico, and as the title suggests, you've guessed it, yes, it is indeed a very snappy, lively tango in the minor key. Tango Classico from Pianistic Book 2, composed by yours truly, Tom Horton, live here on YouTube. Short and sweet. Well, we've had a little message on the chat, which is lovely, and that's from rather cool name, Saxy Matt. I think I know who that is. I think that's Matt on Facebook. I think we've just become friends. So very nice, Tom. Thumbs up. Thank you very much, Matt. And to all of you who are watching, thank you so much for spending a little time with me this evening. Okay, everybody. Well, let's carry on now with another style. Let's go for some blues. I love blues music. And this is called the Bottom 3 Blues, and this originally was written for the organ, but we adapted it for the piano. It makes quite a nice slow blues. Charles has asked, can you play Maple Leaf Rag? Charles, yes, I can play the Maple Leaf Rag, but we won't be doing that this evening because tonight, as you can probably see, is all about the music I've written. But if you watch last week's live stream, there's a little bit of Maple Leaf Rag in there, and also on the channel there's a full Maple Leaf Rag piano tutorial, so do check those out. Here we go with Bottom 3 Blues. So that's quite a cool piece. I like that one, and it's a little sort of nod to the Hammond jazz organ style. Charles says, okay, great, Charles, well done, fantastic. But just for you, let me just do. Charles says, great. Charles is on fire with this song. Come on, let's just do a little bit of Maple Leaf for Charles. Here we go. There we go. Don't ever say, I can't see your fingers. No, never mind, Charles, but it's on last week's download live stream as well. But that's for you, Charles. Little snippet there of the Maple Leaf Rag. So back to Pianistic. How do you document the hand clap in the music? Andrak organ works. That sounds a very grand place. I'm looking at your little picture. I can see a Lowry in there. It looks like a marquee. Well, quite honestly, how do I document the hand clap? The simple answer is I don't. That came to me right at that moment. I thought I'd just pop a hand clap in on the rest. What you could do though, if you did want to do that in music notation, would be to put a cross crotchet, which you can do in music programs, notation programs like Finale and Sibelius. Lots of them available. And normally sound effects and percussion sort of sounds tend to be done with crosses to sort of get away from the fact that they're, you know, the round head ones. But yes, and as you just said, oh, improv, absolutely. So there we are. Yes, and it is a marquee, lovely. Hope you enjoy playing that. Very nice. So all the music tonight, folks, as we've been saying, is from Pianistic Book 2. I'm so proud of this series of books. It's been a long time coming, and there's several hundred of these books already around the world. And I say tonight, if you fancy treating yourself to something whilst you're kind of in lockdown, it's a great time to learn some new music. What better to do that with than with a book from the Pianistic Piano series? And all you have to do to grab hold of these books is simply visit tomhorton.co.uk, which is my website, and you will be able to choose as many books as you like. I'm happy to sign all the books for you, whoever, if it's going to be a gift or for yourself, happy to autograph the books. And tonight, and for the rest of this month and also June going forward, I just realised we're at the end of May, any of the audio CDs on my website, Lowry, Yamaha, choose one and just put a little note in your PayPal message to say this is the one I would like, and that's going to be a free gift from me to you. Okay, so that will be my pleasure. Okay, folks. Well, let's crack on. Charles has put, I like your theatre organ videos. Well, that's very kind of you, Charles. In fact, today, little sneak peek, I've spent the morning this morning at the Southport Electric Picture Palace, where I'm one of the main organists. And this morning I was there on my own, because obviously the theatre's shut. And I spent 4 hours recording a special YouTube theatre organ concert, which is going to be exclusive to my channel, and that's coming out in the next few weeks. And it features the wonderful virtual theatre pipe organ at the cinema, which I actually built for them. And that is going to be absolutely wonderful, with lots of great music, and that's coming very soon here to the channel. I think we've also got some silent films planned to do at the theatre as well, so lots of fun things hopefully we'll be able to do during the coming months. Now, I said tonight that all the music was written by me. I'm going to play you a really cool piece now. This one's called Setipedy, and you're probably thinking, that's a rather strange title, Setipedy. Now, Setipedy is a sort of a portmanteau of Satie, as in Eric Satie, the French composer, and his famous Gymnopédies, which are probably some of the most beautiful piano music ever written. Now, I quite like French piano music. I quite like Debussy and Eric Satie, as we've mentioned, and I particularly like Satie because he has some real fantastic ideas. So this is a kind of an homage, if you don't mind, to Eric Satie, and this originally was going to be called Le Quatre Gymnopédies, or Le Gymnopédie Quatre, I think what the French, whatever it said on Google Translate. In other words, the fourth Gymnopédie. But I thought, well, it's by Satie, it's a sort of a gymnopédie, so I thought, well, let's stick half the words together and see what comes up with. And this is what we get. And you'll hear, this sounds very much like The Great Man, but this is my version with some more kind of jazz flavours going on. Hope you enjoy it. Now, whenever I have a student learning that piece, because a lot of my students have treated themselves to these books, the parents kind of go, "Oh, that sounds a lovely piece of Satie, or really nice." And I say, "Oh, yeah, but it's not actually by Satie, it's by me." But of course, it follows the same kind of constructs as his Gymnopédies, but that's my homage to Eric Satie, so really nice. A few more folks have put things. Charles, I get to play a church organ tomorrow and on Saturday. Charles, good for you. I hope you're going to enjoy that experience. I don't know if it's your first time, but if it is, good luck, or whether you're a regular church organ player. It'd be interesting to know where that is in the world, so maybe you'll just put that in the chat in a few minutes. Keith, dear Keith Goldbranson, Keith's a great guy. He's one of my online students who we do pre-recorded lessons with on organ. And Keith's put, "Hi Tom, sounds great. Look forward to theatre organ concerts." Thank you very much. In fact, Keith, bless him, he actually bought all the books for Pianistic, and what we're going to do together in the coming weeks in our lessons, we're going to take some of the pieces out of Pianistic and arrange them for theatre organ. And in case you're wondering why it's called Keith's Goldbranson, it's because Keith's the very proud owner of, well, several instruments, but in his studio he has a wonderful Goldbranson electric theatre organ, which I think is a 70s instrument, I would imagine. So got a big pedal board, and that sounds really good. So thanks, Keith, for watching. Charles has put, he's in Woodbridge, Virginia. Now, Charles, this is the kooky thing. As you know, a lot of towns in America are named after places in Great Britain, and 20 or so miles down the main road from where I live in Suffolk County in England, there is the merry old town of Woodbridge. So what a small world it is, and good old Virginia. We talked about Keith having organ lessons. I do obviously a huge amount of teaching here in my studio, which is where we are this evening, and I'm doing online lessons with my home students and school pupils. But I also have about a dozen or so students that I teach around the UK and in America. We've got some fantastic folks who, Thorsten and Michael and Jim, and of course Keith here in the UK. And we do organ lessons, theatre organ style, electronic, and we do pre-recorded lessons. We share videos back and forth, and it's a really fun way of learning new hints and tips. So more details on that, check on the website, tomhorton.co.uk. There's also lots of audio CDs on the channel. There's a Wurlitzer CD album, there's a couple on Lowry, Hey There, and I should know because I recorded the thing. I can't remember what the other one's called, but Hey There, and It's Magic, that's it. And there's also some done on Yamaha as well. So all very, very nice. But yeah, it's great to do different things and of course write piano books. So I hope you enjoyed that, folks. Sippity. Well, we're coming up sort of the half-hour mark, folks. So I'm going to make this a slightly shorter session this evening because it has been a long day, and I've been. The problem with recording your own theatre organ videos is that it's fine once you've got all the cameras set up, but then you have to do these things called cutaways. And in filming, a cutaway is where you film something else, a little snippet, and then layer it over the top of the main film, so you just see that image, but the soundtrack underneath is going. It's a common technique. The problem is doing it on your own. You have to set the camera running, go down the tunnel to the organ, come up, do your thing, then go back down, run up again. So I've been up and down the pit ladder about 50 times today, so it's been a very horrid day, but good exercise nonetheless. Okay, so folks, tonight we've listened to a tango classico. We've listened to some blues, that's the bottom three blues. We've had a beautiful ballad in A flat major, Livy's Lullaby. We started off the evening with Clowning Around. Don't forget, once this live stream is processed tomorrow, you can come back and watch this again and listen to all the things. And of course we've got there Satipity, which is my homage to the great Eric Satie. Well, I'm going to finish off now, folks, with two more pieces. These are the last two in the book, and I'm going to finish off with these two. The first one we're going to do is this one always gets a real great set of comments from people when they hear this. And this one's called Fire Moon. There you go, I'll show you the title. Look, Fire Moon. Really awesome title, and this is truly an awesome piece. I'm just going to have my sip of the ocean. Cheers to you all, folks. Best luck to you all. Stay safe and well, and enjoy the music. I know that looks like rum or Bacardi, but I'm afraid it's just good old Dr. Pepper and a little bit of energy just to keep me going in the next few minutes. So Fire Moon, what's the idea behind Fire Moon? Well, back in, I forget when it was, let's have a look. Back in 2016, NASA sent a probe to Jupiter called Juno. And Juno's job was to study some of Jupiter's moons, because you know you can't land on Jupiter itself because it's a gas giant, but you can land on the moons. But they did some close flybys, and I watched a little documentary about that. And I was fascinated by this one moon called Io. And it is the one place in our universe that has the most active volcanoes. It's the place with the most active volcanic activity. And the whole moon is just volcanoes. It's incredible. They don't know a huge amount about it, but the idea of this probe was to go and discover more about the moon. So I thought to myself, well, that's really fascinating. And kind of this title, this you know, fire and brimstone and the lava, and this title popped into my head. You know, the moon's on fire, Fire Moon. And once I got that, and I was thinking of trying to write something a bit more advanced, and I was thinking about a 5/4 number, because I like Brubeck's Take 5, you know. So I was trying to think of something along those kind of lines, and I thought, well, let's pick a nice tricky key. So we're going in with E flat minor, which is 6 sharps. And this is a pretty cool number, I must say. I'm really pleased with this one, and hope you enjoyed it as well. It's got some snazzy octave work. And what happens is, what you've got to imagine is that Io is a small child, you know, kind of messing around maybe with matches, doing something that a kid should not do. And then later on in the piece, Jupiter bursts in like the parent, having a go at the child. What are you doing? You know, the little child kind of, you know, argues, no, don't do that. And then the parent goes away, Jupiter, and then Io kind of checks out, oh, has he gone? Yeah, okay, I'll go back to doing something a little bit naughty. Charles has asked, what's the hardest piece you know? That's a good question, Charles. I know a lot of hard pieces. There's a lot of hard pieces I'm still trying to learn. I know Kitten on the Keys, there's Convoy, that's pretty hard. Fireman's I don't think is without its chance. Let's see what you think. Here we go. There we go. 5/4 time and E flat minor, 6 flats. And did you hear that massive chordal bit in the middle? That's sort of the pair of Jupiter bursting in on the scene. What are you doing? Why are you messing around with this lava and stuff? So someone said actually that it's Cheryl McKinsey. Cheryl, I think you emailed the other night, didn't you? I have replied to you. What is the name of this piece? The last piece I just played, Cheryl, was called Fire Moon, and that's the one in Pianistic Book 2, which is the piece where, those of you who sort of remember exams and things, that one's grade 8, so quite advanced in the book. But someone said there's kind of shades of the Sorcerer's Apprentice in the piece, you know, the kind of the backstory, and I said, yeah, that's very true. One of my students studying for grade 8 exam, Mary, she's a lovely lady, and she's a mature student, and she came up with that, and I thought, yeah, it's kind of, you know, the big person looking after things, the little thing, and as we all know, Ducas's Sorcerer's Apprentice, played by Mickey Mouse in the film Fantasia, and of course at the end there's that bit da-da-dum, da-da-dum, where he's parting the waters and stopping all the magic. So lots of good fun. So if you're enjoying tonight, folks, please do comment on the video, do get in touch via the chat tonight. We're live here on YouTube. My name's Tom Horton, and we're playing music tonight from my piano book series, Pianistic, and this is Pianistic Book 2. Little reminder, folks, that there are 3 books in the Pianistic Piano series. We have got Pianistic Book, which is the one with the blue line. This one doesn't have a number on the front, so that's the basic book with much simpler pieces in, and that works very nicely. We've then got Pianistic, Book 1, which has more intermediate level stuff, and again there's a variety of styles in each book. There's jazz, there's Latin, there's ballads, there's, you know, unusual pieces. Lots of fun there. And tonight, as we say, we're playing from Book 2. If you fancy ordering any of the books, folks, do head over to my website, tomhorton.co.uk. If you fancy a new book for your piano collection, it's a way of supporting me as a musician during this tricky time. Worldwide shipping, so we can send them anywhere in the world. So the options are on there for UK visitors, UK buyers. Just click on the UK link, and Europe and the rest of the world, click on there. But tonight, anybody ordering a book this evening or next month, if you see the book here, you can choose a Tom Horton audio CD album off the website, and in your PayPal message just simply put in which one you would like, and I will be delighted to include one of those free of charge for you as a complimentary free gift, and the CDs and the books will also be autographed as well. So there we go. So thank you ever so much for listening, folks. I'm going to wrap up now because I say it's been a heck of a long day, and I put my drink somewhere. It's down here out the way so I don't drop the thing. Cheers. I have a habit, if I put something on the floor, a cup of coffee, the floor tends to get it and not me. Wherever you are in the world, folks, do take care of yourselves. Keep enjoying the music. And I'm going to finish off with this one. Many years ago, we have a music festival in our town, and a lot of towns have these art festivals in the UK. There's drama and various things. And we have this wonderful venue here in my hometown, which is called the New Cut Art Centre, and a couple of times a year I perform a silent film night there, which goes down really well with folks visiting. And many years ago, I think it was the first festival they ever did, it's about 15-20 years ago, we had a gospel choir come to the United Reformed Church, which was used as one of the arts festival venues. And I remember their name, the band's name was called GK Real. I presume they're still going, they were UK based. And GK Real, well, I say a choir, it was more a group actually, because there was only 6 of them. And GK Real was made up from the initials of the performers, and they played organ, they played all the instruments as well as singing, and it was just 6 people with incredible harmonies. And I don't know if anybody in America or ever been to a gospel church service. I mean, there's so much energy, and the chords and the harmonies are absolutely brilliant. So this is my composition. It's called Freedom, and it's a gospel in swing style. So we're going to finish off with this, and this is the final piece I'm going to play tonight from Pianistic Book 2. My sincere thanks to you all for watching. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Enjoy the music, and we will finish off now with a big number. This is Freedom from Pianistic Book 2. I'll say goodnight to you all. Thanks for watching. My name's Tom Horden, and we will see you next time live here on the channel. There we go, folks. Pianistic Book 2, all the music there composed by myself, Tom Horden. Thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. We'll say cheerio, and hopefully see you sometime very soon. Thanks a lot. Good night.